Setting up a mock study can help us to visualize any potential problems with our setup or procedure. Let's imagine that we are interested in conducting a study on preferences for book cover illustrations. We imagine testing 1-year-old children. We have found a doll that is the approximate size of a 1-year-old child. We want to get a sense of how the child will feel in the study. The first thing we noticed is that the stimuli are not at the baby's eye level. We would want to solve this problem before we begin our study. We could do this either by placing the child on the floor or perhaps by placing the books on a table. Next, we noticed that the room that the baby was placed in was extremely warm. We therefore set up a fan to cool down the room. We would not want the baby to be crying in our study because he or she became too warm. We planned for the parent of the child to be sitting out of the child's view and behind the child. We quickly realized that we did not have a chair for the parent and found one before our first participant arrived. Next, we tested to ensure that our video equipment was working. We then walked the child, in this case the doll, through the study step by step. We gave the parent the consent form to sign and explained the participant's rights. During our mock study, we also discovered that the child picked up a football from our waiting area and took it to the testing room. We developed an instruction sheet to remind the researcher to ensure that the child was not holding any toys prior to testing. We also discovered that babies could get out of the chair, so we decided to add a Velcro buckle to the chair. By setting up a mock of our study, we can visualize our study and see potential problems. For instance, in this example, we also discovered that our stimuli were placed too closely together. This would make it difficult to assess where the child was looking. We therefore altered the setup of our study. Rather than placing the stimuli 4 inches apart, we decided to set up our stimuli 36 inches apart. This allowed us to see, and eventually to code, where the baby was looking. This mock-up was time efficient. We did not waste valuable resources and time. Our mock study allowed us to make these critical changes prior to our first participant, and this helped us to ensure optimal data collection. Read Chapter 7 in Doing Developmental Research for more on problem prevention and research.